What if I told you that your entire perspective on 2025 could change with a single shift in thinking? Not through elaborate resolutions or complex goal setting, but through something far more profound. Picture this. Instead of seeing time stretch endlessly before you, imagine each day as its own year. Every sunrise becomes a New Year's dawn. Every sunset a time for reflection. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's a revolution in how we experience life. The ancient Stoics understood something that we often forget in our rush toward the future. The present moment is where true power lies. As Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But here's what makes this approach revolutionary for 2025. When you treat each day as a year, suddenly every hour becomes precious. Every interaction becomes meaningful. Every choice becomes an opportunity to write your life story anew. This isn't about living longer, it's about living deeper. Stoic wisdom teaches us to focus on what truly matters, our responses, our attitudes, our inner world. In a time when the world seems more unpredictable than ever, this ancient philosophy offers us something invaluable, the power to find strength in uncertainty. As we stand at the threshold of 2025, I invite you to join me in exploring how this timeless wisdom can transform not just your year, but every single day of your life. The door to profound change isn't in some distant future, it's right here, right now. 1. Treat each day as a completed year. Let me share with you a perspective that could revolutionize how you experience every single day of 2025. Imagine if you could hold an entire year within the span of 24 hours. Sounds impossible. Let me show you how the Stoics mastered this art. Think of your day as 4 seasons. Dawn is your spring, a time of new beginnings when ideas take root and possibilities bloom. Midday becomes your summer, the peak of your energy when you nurture what you've planted. Afternoon transforms into autumn, a time for harvesting your efforts and reflecting on progress. Evening becomes your winter, your time for rest, gratitude, and preparation for renewal. Let me tell you about Alex, a finance professional in New York. Like many of us, he was drowning in endless meetings, constant deadlines, and the relentless pressure of modern life. But when he discovered this Stoic principle, everything changed. Instead of seeing his day as an exhausting marathon, he began viewing it as a complete life cycle. Here's what made the difference. Alex stopped treating his day as just another box to check. Each morning became a fresh start, not just another Monday, but a new year in miniature. Every meeting became an opportunity for growth, every challenge a chance to demonstrate resilience. Even his brief walk in the park became a sacred moment of renewal. But here's the profound truth that Marcus Aurelius understood. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't meant to frighten us, but to awaken us to the preciousness of each moment. Look at nature. An ant doesn't worry about next week or next year. It fully embraces its purpose in each moment, finding meaning in every action. What if we could bring that same presence and purpose to our human experience? What? This isn't about cramming more into your day. It's about experiencing time differently. When you treat each day as a year, setbacks become temporary storms rather than life-defining disasters. Achievements, no matter how small, become worthy of celebration. Every sunset becomes your personal New Year's Eve, a time to reflect, appreciate, and prepare for renewal. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity. You don't need special tools or techniques. You just need to shift your perspective and recognize that within each 24-hour cycle lies a complete journey of growth, challenge, triumph, and rest. 2. Dawn and daily renewal. There's a miracle that happens every single morning, yet most of us sleep right through it. As the first rays of sunlight pierce the horizon, painting the sky in gentle hues of orange, pink, and gold, nature offers us something remarkable, a genuine new beginning. Seneca, one of history's greatest Stoic minds, left us with this powerful insight. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. But let me ask you, when was the last time you truly witnessed a sunrise? Not through your phone screen, not rushing to work, but really experienced it. We save our celebrations for New Year's Day. We wait for January 1st to make our grand plans and envision better versions of ourselves. But here's the truth that the Stoics understood. Every sunrise carries the same transformative power as New Year's Day. Every dawn is your personal reset button. Let me share a story that brings this to life. During the Vietnam War, Admiral James Stockdale endured 7 years of captivity. In conditions most of us can't imagine, he turned to Stoic philosophy for survival. Each sunrise became his anchor, not just another day of imprisonment, but a fresh opportunity to strengthen his resolve. He couldn't wait for grand moments of change. He had to find purpose in each dawn. But you don't need to face such extreme circumstances to apply this wisdom. Consider a successful executive who felt trapped in life's monotony. He began a simple practice, watching the sunrise each morning. This wasn't just about seeing pretty colors in the sky. It became his daily reminder that despite yesterday's mistakes or tomorrow's uncertainties, each dawn offered a new chapter. Here's what makes this approach so powerful. It's not about adding more to your already busy life. It's about changing how you view the life you're already living. Every morning carries the same potential as January 1st. Every dawn holds the promise of renewal. 3 practical ways to embrace this Stoic wisdom. First, start each morning with intention. Before reaching for your phone, pause. Acknowledge this gift of a new beginning. As Epictetus taught us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Second, make the sunrise your teacher. Even once a week, witness this daily miracle. Let the gradual brightening of the sky remind you that every darkness gives way to light. Third, practice the art of letting go. Each dawn is nature's way of saying, yesterday is gone. Whatever burden you're carrying, whatever regret is weighing you down, you can begin again. As we navigate 2025, remember, you don't need to wait for special occasions to transform your life. The quiet power of daily renewal is available to you every single morning. Each sunrise whispers the same truth the Stoics understood centuries ago. Today is not just another day. It's a new life waiting to be lived. 3. The constant flow of time. As we stand at the threshold of 2025, let me ask you a question that might make you pause. Where have you been these past 365 days? Not physically, but in your journey through time. Have you been truly living or merely existing? Time flows like a relentless river, and we're all caught in its current. The Stoics understood something profound about this flow. They saw that fighting against it was futile, but flowing with it was wisdom. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you could leave life right now. These words aren't meant to frighten, but to awaken us to a simple truth. Every moment we have is precious. Let me tell you about Alan, a story that perfectly captures this Stoic wisdom. A talented engineer, Alan faced what many would consider a tragedy, a workplace accident that confined him to a hospital bed for 2 years. Initially, he felt time slipping through his fingers like sand, each day a monotonous cycle of pain and helplessness. But in a moment of stillness, Alan had an epiphany that would transform his perspective. Instead of seeing time as his enemy, he chose to flow with it. From his hospital bed, armed with nothing but a laptop, he began a profound journey. He dove into books, mastered new skills through online courses, and kept a journal that transformed his pain into wisdom. The remarkable thing about Alan's story isn't just his resilience, it's his realization that being still doesn't mean being stagnant. When he finally left that hospital bed 2 years later, he didn't emerge as someone who had lost time, but as someone who had lived it fully, just differently than he'd planned. This brings us to a crucial distinction. Being busy isn't the same as being effective. Look around. How many people do you know who are constantly in motion, yet feel their lives slipping away? They're like swimmers fighting against the current, exhausting themselves while making little progress. The Stoic philosophy offers us a different approach. Instead of fighting time, we learn to dance with it. Instead of being swept away by the flood of daily demands, we learn to navigate them with purpose and awareness. As you reflect on the past year, ask yourself, have you been controlling your time, or has it been controlling you? Were your busy moments truly meaningful, or just motion without progress? In the quiet moments, did you find stagnation or strength? The passage of time is inevitable, but how we experience it is a choice. Every moment lost to meaningless activity or dominated by trivial matters is a piece of life we can never reclaim. Yet every moment lived with intention, even in circumstances we didn't choose, becomes part of our journey of growth. As we approach 2025, the Stoics offer us this timeless message. Stillness isn't weakness, it's the foundation of true strength. It's in moments of quiet reflection that we find the power to guide our lives through the constant flow of time. Your life isn't measured by how busy you are, but by how meaningfully you live each moment. The river of time will continue to flow. The question is, will you be swept away by it, or will you learn to navigate its currents with purpose and grace? 4. Stillness amidst chaos. Let me ask you something that might feel uncomfortable. When was the last time you sat in complete stillness? Not scrolling your phone, not planning tomorrow, not replaying yesterday, just being. In our hyper-connected world, we've forgotten a fundamental truth. Stillness isn't emptiness, it's where all possibility begins. We've mistaken motion for progress, confusing the chaos of constant activity with actual growth. We drown ourselves in thousands of thoughts when one clear thought would suffice. Picture this. You're at a picnic with friends. Everyone around you is capturing moments for social media, debating where to go next, racing to document every second. But you choose a different path. You step away, walking slowly through a nearby forest. You feel the earth beneath your feet, hear leaves dancing in the wind, breathe in the crisp air. As the external noise fades, something remarkable happens. You discover an inner space that chaos cannot touch. This isn't loneliness, this is connection in its purest form. Modern society has taught us how to solve problems, answer questions, and complete tasks. But who taught us how to breathe? Who showed us how to face the storm of thoughts in our minds? We've learned to exist, but have we learned to live? Let me share a story about Maria, a young mother who discovered the power of stillness in an unexpected way. Her daughter was struggling emotionally, often becoming irritable and tearful when scolded. Instead of rushing to fix the problem or fill the air with explanations, Maria simply sat beside her daughter in silence, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. As the minutes passed, her daughter's tears flowed harder at first, then gradually subsided until she naturally began sharing her feelings. In that moment of stillness, more healing happened than 1,000 words could have achieved. But here's what most people don't understand about stillness. It's not just the absence of noise, it's the presence of something far more powerful. It's the space where your inner genius awakens, where creativity flows, where wisdom emerges. Yet we fear this silence. When we close our eyes, we're overwhelmed by the chaos of our own thoughts, not realizing that our mind, the most sophisticated instrument in existence, needs moments of quiet calibration. Think of stillness as your inner sanctuary, a space the world cannot invade. It's not an escape from reality, but rather your point of greatest power. It's where you choose what affects you and what doesn't. In stillness, you don't just exist in the world, you learn to navigate it with grace. The irony is striking. We spend countless hours learning to operate external technology, yet how much time do we dedicate to understanding the incredible technology of our own consciousness? As we step into 2025, remember this: stillness isn't weakness, it's the foundation of all strength. It's not about doing nothing, it's about creating the space from which meaningful action can emerge. In a world that demands constant motion, the ability to be still might be your greatest power. The question isn't whether you can afford to make time for stillness, it's whether you can afford not to. 5. Human potential and freedom. As we stand at the threshold of 2025, humanity finds itself at a profound crossroads. The Stoics understood something that resonates deeply today. We are the architects of reality, yet with this power comes an immense responsibility. Each of us bears 100% responsibility for what's happening in our world. Not 50%, not partially, completely. A farmer in Asia and a businessman in New York carry the same weight of responsibility for our planet's future. Waiting for others to lead is a luxury we can no longer afford. But here's what makes humans extraordinary. Unlike other creatures bound by instinct or biological programming, we are essentially blank slates. This undefined nature is both our greatest strength and our deepest challenge. Viktor Frankl's story illuminates this truth powerfully. In the darkness of a concentration camp, he discovered something remarkable, that even in the most horrific circumstances, humans retain the power to choose their response. Not, as Epictetus said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Yet here's the paradox. Freedom often comes wrapped in fear. Consider Mike's story. After years of pursuing financial independence, he finally achieved it, only to find himself paralyzed by the vastness of possibility. He could live anywhere, pursue any career, chase any dream. This unlimited freedom, instead of liberating him, filled him with anxiety. Through his story, we learn that true freedom isn't the absence of constraints, it's mastery over them. Think about it. A bird cannot choose to be anything other than a bird. It follows its biological imperatives without question. But humans? We can rewrite our story at any moment. J.K. Rowling's journey from unemployment and depression to becoming one of the world's most successful authors isn't just a tale of perseverance. It's a testament to humanity's unique ability to transform itself. Stoicism teaches us that this transformative power lies not in controlling external circumstances, but in mastering our inner state. As Seneca advised, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth, every setback a chance for renewal. Everything happens for a reason. As we enter 2025, we must recognize three fundamental truths. First, our responsibility is non-transferable. We cannot outsource our duty to create positive change. Second, our potential is limitless. Being undefined by default means we can define ourselves through conscious choice. Third, true freedom requires courage. It's not about breaking all constraints, but about choosing which constraints serve our highest purpose. The message of Stoicism for 2025 is clear. Live consciously. Recognize your privilege as a being capable of transformation. Acknowledge your responsibility to the world. Embrace the freedom to choose your path. This isn't just philosophy, it's a call to action. The power to change lies within us. Let this be the year we embrace our humanity with courage, humility, and determination. In doing so, we don't just elevate our own lives, we contribute to a legacy of conscious living that will echo through generations. The question isn't whether we have the potential to transform, we do. The question is, will we answer the call? 6. Reflections for 2025. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes. Let me ask you, what did you truly live for this past year? What moments made your heart feel fully alive? What did you hold on to, and what did you finally let go? Picture yourself by the shore, waves creating nature's perfect melody, a cool breeze carrying the salt of the sea. In this moment of stillness, let the past year's journey wash over you, the small victories, the teaching failures, and those profound silent moments with people you love. Let me tell you about Harry. From the outside, he was the embodiment of success. Respected, determined, always achieving. His days were packed with important meetings, completed projects, and impressive accomplishments. Yet something was slipping through his fingers, something precious he couldn't see, until one late afternoon when he caught a glimpse of the sunset through his office window. In that moment, Harry realized he couldn't remember the last time he'd watched a sunrise, had a real conversation with his daughter, or simply enjoyed a quiet cup of coffee. These weren't just missed moments, they were missed life. That sunset changed everything. Harry decided 2025 would be different. Not just another year of achievements, but a year of early mornings welcoming the dawn, dinner conversations that meandered into laughter with his daughter, and moments of pure presence. Sometimes we get so caught up in crafting grand plans that we miss the quiet perfection already surrounding us. When was the last time you gazed at a starry sky and felt complete peace? When did you last notice how the morning light paints shadows on your coffee cup? The Stoics understood something profound about life. While we can't control everything, we can control how we perceive and receive each moment. They knew that true wealth lies not in what we acquire, but in our capacity to appreciate what we already have. As we step into 2025, remember this: change never springs from mere thoughts. It must begin with action. Start small. Wake up 15 minutes earlier to watch the sun, paint the sky. Give someone you love a hug that lasts a little longer than usual. Say that apology you've been carrying around like a heavy stone. Looking back, you might realize how many chances to truly live you've missed. But here's the beautiful truth. 2025 isn't asking you to start from zero. It's inviting you to start from here, from who you are now, carrying all the wisdom you've gathered along the way. You can choose joy even when life isn't perfect. You can choose kindness, not just for others, but for yourself. You can choose growth even when it brings discomfort. Most importantly, you can choose presence, to fully inhabit each moment rather than rush through life checking boxes. As a wise friend once told me, the most meaningful things in life never need to be written down. They always reside in the heart. That's how you should approach 2025, not with a lengthy list of resolutions, but with intentions rooted in presence, awareness, and love for life itself. Let this year be different. Let it be the year you finally understand that life isn't measured in achievements, but in moments fully lived. As we reach the end of our journey together, I want to thank you for taking this moment to reflect on these timeless Stoic teachings. The wisdom we've explored isn't just philosophy, it's a roadmap for transforming 2025 into something extraordinary. Remember the core message we've discovered together. You possess the power to control your response to anything life presents, and within you lies the strength to overcome any challenge. The Stoics weren't just ancient philosophers. They were guides, showing us how to live fully in every moment. I'm curious to hear from you. What's the most powerful lesson you're carrying forward from this past year? What meaningful goal will shape your journey through 2025? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective might be exactly what someone else needs to hear right now. If you found value in these Stoic teachings, help spread this message of wisdom and resilience. Hit the like button to help others discover this video. Share it with someone who might need this perspective. Subscribe to join our growing community of seekers and thinkers. Don't forget to click the notification bell to stay connected with new content. Join me in the next videos as we continue exploring Stoic philosophy and its practical application in creating a more meaningful life. Until then, remember, every moment is an opportunity to live with purpose and presence. See you in the next video where our journey into wisdom continues.